it's Danny baby, and I'm back again with another video. Let's get into it. So as I read by the title, y'all about to hear my very first story time on what happened to me when I went out for my first concert. Now let me tell y'all, this was not fate in any way. This is all the way real, and I actually have footage to show you guys, so y'all don't think, oh yeah, she just making it up. Nah. I ain't making it up. So I'm gonna get into that, but don't forget, we on the road to 2K. Don't forget to tap that like button, hit that post notification bell so y'all know when I drop my next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. So let's get into the video. Pretty much, I'm gonna just jump right into it. I went to my very first concert in New York. If y'all don't know, I am from New York. So I went to my first concert, and pretty much, like, it went so far left. I'm not even mad about it. It was just weird how it ended. So, like, my bestie ended up going to a concert with me, a Boogie concert, and at the time, that's when he first came out with like Drowning and all three of his hits. I forgot about certain songs, but I know Drowning was like my favorite performance of the night. I like it. So boom, this is the tea right here. So I go with my best friend, and my mom actually dropped us to the concert, and it was actually close by to like where most of the after parties be for proms. So we have one spot in Queens, like sometimes like most of the after parties would be there. I know that there was a wedding that I had went to like a few months after. That's how I knew about it, and then I got the invitation. I'm like, okay, I know where this is. Big, like a club. It's a real life club. And I'm like, yo, look at our young behinds. I was probably about like 15, 14, because this was my freshman year in high school. And literally when we got there, we waited online, we had our tickets, and all of a sudden we're there, and we gonna call this girl, we're gonna call her Jay. I'm not gonna call no names in here, but we're gonna call her Jay. We saw her. She went to my school, and I introduced her to my best friend. Boom. She tells us that she's here with her friends, and we thought it was kind of weird how they were acting towards her, and we didn't say nothing about it. Like, we even tried to like talk to her just to take her mind off of the way that they were treating her. And like, as we got inside and they scanned our tickets, because I had a ticket on my phone and my Apple Wallet for my best friend and I. They scanned us in. They literally, as soon as the place got packed, they left her. And there was a second level where you could look over into where the audience is. And her friends went all the way up there without her, and they left her with us. So my best friend and I were like,
that's mad sad, like dead though they did her dirty and she's still jacking them. Damn.
Like, damn. That's not, those aren't friends. Like, to leave you by yourself surrounded by over 100 people that you don't know. Like, what people need to realize, like, New York, Queens, Brooklyn, wherever, especially Queens, it's not, people think that it's such a big place. It's really not though. Really not though. Like, everybody know everybody. That's why you gotta be careful, and you gotta know who you're going out with. So her and I said, you know, let's just keep her close by. They came down afterwards, and we started dancing because they were playing music just to hype us up and get whoever hyped up and ready for when A Boogie comes out. Now, they had Red Bull, and nah, I don't think I had one, because my mom always told me Red Bull makes you really hyper, and not only that, it makes you have like real bad chest pains and heart. It could cause heart attacks, and I've read about it. I don't really like Red Bull like that. So a lot of people were buying Red Bull, and the waitresses were coming around serving Red Bull, and the third. Boom. DJ starts hyping up the place and bumping mad, grinding music, twerking music, and my best friend and I are dancing. Like, we gonna dance, we gonna get turned, and all of a sudden, they brought out, I guess, these performers that were opening up for A Boogie at the concert, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not feeling them. I don't know if I have the footage of them. If I do, the footage will be like either right here or right here. And we were taking pictures, we were taking videos, we was just talking to each other for a little bit because it was calm, and we were towards like to the left side of the building. Once we know like he was getting ready to come out, at least we had more of a chance to get all the way in the front. You feel me? Like, there's always like this rail that's always in the front of a concert, but you gotta be careful when you go to the front because concerts coming around. A Boogie comes out, and then he's playing, let me see what he's playing. He played his first song. Let me see what he played. Hold up. Look at the video, and he was playing y'all know the word. I'm not saying it because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But he was playing that song, and then he was playing Timeless, and he was playing Drama. So he played 3 songs, and he had technically 3 people open up for him. And I say 3 because there was 2 people, and then there was another girl. So there was a person that was like literally like water, and he was opening up for him, and he just threw water into the crowd, and that hit my best friend and I was so tight. I was tight. So I kind of like, it was like a little speck, but regardless, like, if you know me, I'm a germaphobe. I don't want water touching me. So I guess all bets were off last night. That night, that night, because I said last night, that night, because like I said, I was at a concert. A Boogie comes out, and he starts off with so it was mad hype. It was cool. Like, I was so happy. First of all, at the time, he was he's still one of my favorite New York artists that came out the Bronx. And like, I was so hyped because I'd never been to a concert, and let alone did I expect to get that close. Because once he came out, now this is the part that gets real funny. As soon as he comes out, I start like walking toward, I got my best friend and told her like, let's walk towards the middle, and then let's just walk towards like the very middle and stay right here. Tell me why, as soon as he comes out, all these people, it's like over 50 people just bum rush us from the back, and I felt like I was getting ready to like get trampled. And my best friend holding on to me, we screaming and stuff and get hyped up, but we kept our balance. We kept our cool. We locked arms, lost that night. So he comes out, and DJ tells us to call him artist, and we start saying artist. He starts performing. And keep in mind that when you look at the footage, he had on a big chain. If I'm not mistaken, it was probably like 2-3 chains, but he had on chains. Once he was done with like the other 2 songs, like, all of a sudden something happened. He had his own security, I guess, where he was like chilling at, I guess, the lounge area where they kept him till he was like ready to come out and perform. He had his security there, but the security that was in the front holding up the rail where everybody in the front was, because remember I told you guys like everybody was pushing, so literally the security guy was mad big and muscular, and he had to like hold up. He had to put his feet towards the stage, lean forward, and hold up the rail, all 3 of them. But then one of them took it upon himself to get from where he is, walk on stage, and grab A Boogie by his chain. Like, he snatched him up. Like, I was like, he started like swinging. I turned towards my best friend. I'm like, yo, what the hell is about to happen? Like, realistically, like, when a fight breaks out in some sort of way, like, it's not gonna go well. And the security guard screamed out like, "Oh, these fans are being mad wild." Nobody was being wild. That's the crazy part. Nobody was, like, where I was standing, nobody was being wild. So I guess this guy took it upon himself to just make that assumption, and he thought it'd be cute to grab somebody by their chain and yank him off the stage. So I was so surprised. Words cannot describe. That's when everything went left. Literally everything went left. Let me tell you, in 2.5 seconds of that man being dragged off the stage, do you know police sirens started sounding? I'm like, oh hell no, why? I'm like, oh hell no, why? I said, you know what? Honestly, at least I got my money's worth, because if I ain't hear those 3 songs, I don't think I would have been tight. So I got to hear him like actually perform in person. Nothing was lip sync or anything. That's why I actually did enjoy it, because I know, like, I've heard people go to concerts and there's always a malfunction with the mic or whatever. It's lip syncing, they forget the lyrics, and I'm like, no, I didn't go through that. So I'm thankful for that. But literally, police showed up, and then everybody starts, like, the police show up. You hear the sirens. You don't see it at the door, because, like, the nightclub theme was like black and gold, and then it had like these Space Jam lights on to, like, you see how my lighting is? That's it, turned on fully, like, and they told everybody to get out. So then we didn't know where A-Boogie went. All his, like, people just left, kind of. They were trying to gather themselves together because they heard sirens. And the guy that snatched him off the stage came back and was like being mad extra. Like, it was so unneeded that night. I cannot. I still can't get over it. And it's like been, I don't even know how long, get him off the stage, like move a little farther. Because he came, like, he literally bent over and touched the crowd, like, in a wave. Everybody does that. Like, I've never seen somebody get so tight by that. I don't know if he was just he was just, like, trying to ride whoever's wave, trying to be that tough guy that night. But he made his point, and he made himself look stupid. His security guard saying, get out, everybody gotta leave in an orderly fashion. So everybody from the top floor to the top floor to the middle floor to the bottom floor, everybody came down. Mind you, it is probably like 20 degrees outside. When we got inside, it was probably like 80, 90 degrees. For like, it was worth it, but it was just like so hot. It was so hot. But it was, looking back at it, it was like, oh my God, I don't believe I went through that. So then I'm still locked arms with my best friend, and we're running because all these people start bum rushing. So, like, you probably feel all the pressure go towards your back and you're being pushed. So it feels like somebody's kicking you by your calves, your knees, somebody's pushing you. So then I trip halfway, and then I, like, catch myself because I grabbed onto somebody and I pull myself back up because I'm like, I'm not falling because I already know I'm gonna get trampled. So grab onto, I thought was my best friend. Why I said I thought, y'all gonna hear it now. Let me tell you. Tell me why I'm holding on to, and I'm like, yo, where's my best friend? So I stood there, these people trying to push me, and I stood there like I was dead tight. Like, where's my best friend? I'm not leaving here without her. Like, people will probably call me stupid, but if we came there together, we're leaving together. Like, that's my friend. What, like, no. Like, who are you? And then she's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, okay, that's nice, but where's my best friend? Because I know she was right next to me. She said, oh, she looked like kind of like your height, wearing a puff, wearing blue jeans, Betsy Johnson person. I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, she's underneath the bodyguard. I'm like, what? I said, what? I didn't really take it seriously at first, because I thought she was just trying to be funny. And then I started looking around, and she's like, girl, your friend is underneath that man. And I'm like, okay, she's she's not moving, and I could tell she's serious. So I walk over to a bodyguard. He's laying down. Picture over like 100 kids knocking over a man that's probably like 600, 500 pounds, 400 pounds. I walk over there, had to push through a lot of people. I was not tripping this time. Like, I didn't care who I was stepping on. I pushed. Now, I'm going to say this one. I'm telling you, when people are bum rushing you, you grab onto anything or anyone. And I thought I held on to my best friend long enough, even when we were in the front of the stage. But I guess we got lost between everything once people started pushing. So, and I see, so my best friend is like, she used to wear all these bracelets and rings. So I recognized it because, like I said, I always hang out with her. I know her style. Like, I know it's her. So I'm like, oh my God. So I pulled, and then the guy got up or rolled over, whatever he did. I think he rolled over, and I grabbed her up, like with all my strength. I grabbed her up and asked her if she's okay. She said she okay. She got trampled, and I was like, oh my God, now we gotta go. No, not even my mom. My mom called me to see if we're okay, because she was supposed to come pick us up, and she see all these police cars here, and mad kids are running out. She thought something had happened to me, which is natural. Like, she's a parent, so I couldn't understand why she was acting like that. But she knew, like, I was going. I answered the phone. I told her exactly what happened, where to meet me, and I got Bree. Yeah, that's my best friend name. Her name's Bree. So pretty much, like, as we get outside, I tell my best friend, like, I don't know where Jay went. Like, mind you, she was with us even when her friends left. Friends literally stayed with her, went upstairs, and then left her. So I'm guessing she ran out and nobody knows where she went. So, and I asked her, did she get out safe? And if she's okay, did she get home okay? And I think I did. So my uncle's calling me. This is way before we left. My uncle's calling me, blowing up my phone. He's screaming at me. And I'm like, why are you screaming at me? Why are you screaming at me? Like, weren't you supposed to be like in another state? Like, why are you screaming at me? So I even asked him, like, the same way I'm talking to y'all, I dead said that to him, and I'm word on everything. Like, I don't like when people scream at me, especially if you are not my parent. Do not scream at me, because you ain't had no business screaming at me, especially for something that ain't got nothing to do with you. Because if I check you about it, you gonna be tight. You gonna feel it.
And
So he called me, he's screaming at me, and as we're leaving, I tell my best friend, like, yo, my uncle's on the phone, he's wilding. And she's like, what he wilding for? I said, I don't even know. Like, he probably just heard about it, because I told my mom, I told my dad, like, I was going in advance, because whenever I used to go out, like, throughout high school, I would tell them a week in advance. I never had to do it. And my best friend could vouch for me on that one. Bestie, if you're watching this, you know what it is. Like, we never did the last minute nonsense. So there was a gas station, if I'm not mistaken. So we walked across the street. There was police cars everywhere, like, blocking off the street. So I'm not going to get, like, I'm going to get nervous, but I'm not going to be, like, scared, because the way they were blocked off, they were going after kids that were running. So I told my best friend, like, walk. Like, they were standing around, they were monitoring everybody. So I said, walk and be calm about it. Let me tell y'all, like, seeing my uncle, and he's flipping out. Why are you flipping out? What for? What you flipping out for? What you flipping out for? Why are you flipping out? Like, for what? For what? For what? So we see him, he's flipping out. My mom's in the other, she's in the car, and I guess he got out the car to see if he sees us. He's telling me, like, oh, why you didn't call us? Mind you, we didn't really have service in there. I was able to even have the conversation with him for like 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes, because there was one bar in the place. So if I had to get like full bars, I had to walk out and I wouldn't have been able to get back in. If you go out anywhere and it's a pop-up party, concert, and it's indoors, do not leave the building, because I'm telling you this right now, they will not let you back in. They will not. They will make you buy another ticket, and most likely you will not get back in. He's tired. He's going off. I'm like, my best friend sees my face. She making me laugh. She hyping me up. She like, oh, you went to our first concert. I get in the car. My mom telling him, like, you wildin'. So she thought I had lost something. If she had lost something. And I'm like, no, none of us lost anything. It was just mad funny because Bree got trampled and big security guard fell on top of her. And we laughing. Then all of a sudden, my hair starts, like, I don't even know. It was sticky. So I got tight. So then I remembered that, bro, the top floor was wilding. I don't know why they did this. They literally shook the Red Bull can and sprayed it all over the crowd. So, like, some of it got in my hair, all fessed up. My best friend had in a puff. Let me tell you, it's a good thing we were in the car, because we probably was scared. Them police officers, the amount of hair pieces we took out of our hairs that night. It's not funny. I took out all my clip-ins, and they smell like straight Red Bull. 80, 90 degrees in there, so it's gonna be sweaty. And it smell like Red Bull. Her puffs smell like Red Bull. It's take out our hair, starts like itching our heads. People wild out at concerts, and I think that's the one thing I never really took into consideration when I went with my clip-ins in. I don't regret it. Like, why? Went with the right person, my best friend, my twin. I really do believe God had a plan for me that week, that he allowed us to go together, because somebody I could have a full-blown conversation with, I'm chill with, I could be myself around. I went with the right person. As far as the other girl, I don't really have nothing to say about her, because it's just sad. Like that's not the worst I've heard happen at a concert, like with your group of friends. That's why do not go to places with just anybody. Go with the people you really put your faith into and you really trust. Because I know I could put my trust into my best friend. She not going to do nothing grimy to me. Told my best friend that night, like, that security guard needs to be fired. He dead needed to be. Like, he was completely out of line for the whole thing. So a bunch of kids ran all the way down to, like, if I'm not mistaken, QCM. So QCM is like the mall everybody goes to. I was mad far. I was not running all the way over there, especially with popos. Would I ever go to a concert again? Hell yeah. And I'm taking my best friend with me. You can't. Let me tell you something. I love having a good time. I like having fun. And I didn't go to a concert again. If I had to choose, I'd probably go to a Jenna Okio concert, because I really want to go. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did, because this was, like I said, my very first story time, and I've been fiending. Don't forget, we on the road to 2K. Okay, bye baby mafia. See you guys in my next video.